For Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think. Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic has just been sidelined with a calf strain that should see him out of the lineup for at least a month or more, which will seriously hamper the Mavericks' efforts to win an NBA title because, as it stands right now, the Mavericks are only 4.5 games out of the top spot in the West, but they're only 2 games better than the Nuggets and the Lakers, which means lose a game here and there, and they could find themselves all the way down in the 10th spot because they're only 4.5 games better than the 10th place Golden State Warriors. So, losing a player like Luka Doncic could seriously hamper the Mavericks' efforts to win an NBA title. And thinking about Luka Doncic and an NBA title, it brings to mind something that I was thinking about recently. Outside of the old guard of LeBron, Steph Curry, and KD, a lot of the next group of best player in the NBA perennial MVP candidates have already won NBA titles. Anthony Davis has an NBA title, thanks of course to LeBron James. Jason Tatum has an NBA title. Nikola Jokic has an NBA title. Giannis has an NBA title. Now, a lot of these guys weren't able to get titles when they were younger because of LeBron, Steph Curry, and KD. Similar to the 80s and 90s when Magic, Bird, and Michael played, no one else could break through because of Magic, Bird, and Michael, so guys like Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing ended their careers without titles. The same thing has been happening here in the NBA because of LeBron, Steph, and KD. But some of the newer guard has managed to break through. I'm not counting Anthony Edwards in this because Anthony Edwards is still a younger player. He doesn't have at least 8 or 10 years in the league yet. But when you think about the list of the next big thing NBA players, AD, Jokic, Giannis, Jason Tatum, all of these guys have rings. But the names that are conspicuously absent from this list are the aforementioned Luka Doncic, who is injured now and may have to go another year without a title, even though his team features future Hall of Famers Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson. His absence may seriously hamper that team. But the other guy who's on this list of perennial MVPs, next big things, who doesn't have a ring, is Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid. Now, this is not an attempt to bash Joel Embiid because Joel Embiid is a great player. Joel Embiid is an all-star. Joel Embiid is an all-NBA player. Joel Embiid is a future Hall of Famer. But when you've had some of the best players to ever play the game as teammates, guys like Jimmy Butler and James Harden and Dwight Howard and Al Horford as teammates, seemingly, you should have been able to get close to a championship. Seemingly. He also had a guy like Ben Simmons on his team, and Ben Simmons can never be confused with someone who's a perennial all-star or somebody who can change the tide of a franchise. But some of these other guys, and some of the teams that were built around Joel Embiid, trust the process, as the Sixers used to always say. Seemingly, Joel Embiid should have at some point been able to get close to an NBA championship. Joel Embiid has been with the 76ers for 10 years. And in those 10 years, the first 3 seasons, of course, they didn't make the playoffs at all. But in the last 7 years, the 76ers have finished their season getting knocked out in the second round of the playoffs, second round of the playoffs, first round, second round, second round, second round, first round. The 76ers with Joel Embiid on their roster have never made it past the conference semifinals. They haven't even made it to the conference finals. They haven't even made it to the NBA finals. At least Luka Doncic can say that for himself. But with Joel Embiid trusting the process, the 76ers have never made it past the conference semifinals. Now, again, you can say that during the times of Magic, Bird, and Michael, a lot of teams suffered that fate. But Charles did make it to the NBA Finals. Pat Ewing did make it to the NBA Finals. Karl Malone and John Stockton made it to the NBA Finals. So you can say that these guys had a shot at the championship. These guys had a shot at going all the way. And if you look at some of the teammates that Joel Embiid has had, Jimmy Butler has played in the NBA championship. James Harden has been to the conference finals. Al Horford has played for an NBA title. So it's not his teammates' fault. Luka has been as far as he could go without winning a ring. But Joel Embiid, seemingly as a leader, has not. So, Joel, it's time for you to step up and be the man that they thought you were going to be when they drafted you, trusting the process. It is now time for you, sir, to lead your team to the NBA Finals, past the second round, to the conference finals, then to the NBA Finals, and get close to winning a ring. Even if you don't win it right away, remember, you're a big man. You're a 7-footer. You've been in the league 10 years. Your body is going to start to break down if it hasn't already, which means you may or may not have very many years left. You are not the physical specimen that Dwight Howard is. So your body is going to start to break down. You've had your share of injuries already. So you need to lead your team as far as it can go before your body completely breaks down, unless you already have. If you've already led your team as far as it can go, if the second round is all your body can manage, I understand. I'm not sitting here bashing you because I want to bash you. I'm just saying, you're still going to the Hall of Fame. You're still going to be an all-time great. You will still have a statue outside of 76ers Stadium. You will have your statue alongside Julius Erving and Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley. You may actually get a statue before Moses Malone. But if you want that stigma taken off of your name, if you want to be grouped with AD and Tatum and Giannis and not Barkley, Malone, and Ewing, then you need to win a championship, or at least get close, like your former teammates Jimmy Butler and James Harden have. That's what you need. That's the process that we want to trust as fans of yours. Remember to like and share this video and subscribe to this channel, and visit the Eric J on Sports website, and follow me on Facebook at Eric J on Sports 1 and on Instagram and Twitter at Eric J on Sports. And for Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think.